Yeah, I just had to walk far enough without wasting tape to realise that it definitely is a little swathe of, what do you call it, a swathe of all these. Oh, I'm on, let's put it on proper normal focus before we go for spot culling. Okay, so that's what it normally looks like. And we walked all the way down from up there. As I said, all these cornered areas back in the day were filled with plants. And you could count the number of species on your hand, basically. You had quite a few species. You had these, you had your glids, you had your auriculatas and things, you had your Brookman Road form. I'm not sure if Dichondra grew out here, but it does grow down the road there, so don't know really. Didn't really have that much experience back then. The old timers have probably shifted off this mortar coil too. So anyway, we'll go to spot colour now, and we'll give you a bit of a run through here as we talk about the Rhubarb-Triangle. Okay, so they've got this thing over in Britain, I suppose you want to call it. Called the Rhubarb-Triangle. So there's been copious amounts of verbiage written about this Rhubarb-Triangle for about 200 years, if not more, in Gardener's Chronicles and all sorts of things like that, over the years. Now today, in the day of the internet and all the thing, they're sort of saying it isn't really a thing, sort of thing. It's like it's a load of nonsense. So I don't know how they're trying to play it. Great grandpappy was just telling us bullshit sort of thing about this. We've got the soil we can grow rhubarb in this Rhubarb-Triangle thing. Was it just a ruse to actually inflate the land prices? You can only grow rhubarb in the Rhubarb-Triangle, so if you want to buy into the rhubarb industry, you've got to buy Rhubarb-Triangle land. Therefore, it's going to come at a premium. Oh, here you can see that there's obviously been a dumper seed there. I don't know, go down low. How low can we go? But, But I prefer the actual basal rosettes to this one, because as I said, down in the Nanki-to-KUITPO area, they're just so massive down there. I don't know if it's the cow dung falling into the soil or what, I don't know. But I was hoping to go back in previous years, because they were going to have like a burn, but we haven't had when I went back there, the Robbie burns that was supposed to happen hadn't happened. I don't know what had gone on or whatever. But if we have a big, massive Ash Wednesday 3, I assume it's going to get Robbie burned anyway. And it'll be worth going back the following season, if not 2 seasons. So, back to normal area. And so that's the story about the Rhubarb-Triangle, basically. Now they're telling us it wasn't a thing, sort of thing. And we're wondering whether they knew how to grow rhubarb. You can grow rhubarb in a different way, and all this having special rhubarb soil land in this Rhubarb-Triangle between 3 cities is a load of nonsense. So people wouldn't ask any dumb questions about what they're actually doing, or it's to inflate the land prices in the Rhubarb-Triangle. I'm getting a bit older. I want to sell my property, because you do know it's within the Rhubarb-Triangle, of course. So that's going to cost you. Do you want to double the price, triple the price, quadruple the price? It grows lovely rhubarb, and it had nothing to do with the soil. I think it does, though. Maybe they learnt from soils within the Rhubarb-Triangle that they didn't actually have to have, or they could actually not only make their own Rhubarb-Triangle soil, they could actually improve on it. I think that's where I'm heading anyway. So hopefully with my recent discovery, we'll get to the end of the journey of CPs and all CP related plants, and you'll be able to make your own peat that's better than wild peat, because you know what the basic principles of peat are in general, and rhubarb soil in general, and you'll be able to dot the I's, cross the T's, and make it wilder than wild, better than best sort of thing, and grow plants really fast, really large, really colourfully, better than they do in the wild, and everything will fall into place, and you'll find where these group of plants sit in relation to all the other groups of plants, basically what the scientific process is all about. But no one wants you to get there in the days of intellectual property rights, because if anyone can do it, you don't have to keep going back to the store to keep buying packets of this or, liquids of that, and, you don't have to keep spending the odd coin. You just do it once and it just runs, you know what I mean? In other words, you do it once and you got your soil, you go for 10, maybe 20 years or something, just keeps chucking away, doing its thing, because it's got all the bells and whistles built in, basically, extra Mother Nature built in, and yeah, that's why. And of course, the intellectual property rights angle, it goes against the free and open communication of the scientific method. So basically, if they're telling you they're scientists and they're into intellectual property rights, you can tell, no, you're not a scientist, mate. That's a load of bullshit. Yeah, it's supposed to be free and open community. I mean, you can get to the stage, yes, you can say something like, yes, I am doing something, can you guess what it is? I mean, you can walk the line, as the man in black would say, but, there's a fine line to actually crossing the line and telling the public a bit of bullshit, So you've been telling this story about the Rhubarb-Triangle for 200 years, now you're going to try and tell them that it's a load of bullshit? And yet the people you might want to get back at are not on this planet anymore. So, how does that... Oh, you can't damn me for the vagaries of my grandpappy, It was my grandpappy that told you the bullshit. I don't think so. I don't think grandpappy was telling you bullshit. I think you're trying to obfuscate the truth. Anyway, that's enough of this. Time to get back to the picnic, I think. Okay, we'll see what happens over this coming season, but I think there'll be a few surprises. Okay, see ya.